Looking for great quality clothing and prices to suit your budget? Then head on down to OCA Fashion and Gift Boutique, located at 94 Eastern Main Road in St. Augustine. We offer clothing and accessories for everything from brunch, clubbing, showers, and so much more. We are the sole distributors for Savage Black Hair Shampoo Dye, your 5-minute hair color solution. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or call us at 473 4OCA or 489 SOCA. OCA Fashion and Gift Boutique for unbelievable finds.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the second game of the GA Super Cup doubleheader on this fine Sunday. Of course, it is the Port of Spain Capitals against the Northern Explorers in this Group C clash. Port of Spain Capitals currently sit second on Group C. Northern Explorers still at the bottom, yet to win a game. Of course, in the first encounter between these two teams, the Port of Spain Capitals did come out on top 3-0 winners, so the Northern Explorers definitely looking to get some points on the board and get some revenge on their most recent rivals. We'll quickly run through the lineups. Of course, in goal for the Northern Explorers, we have none other than Kyle Ferreira in the post, Jalen Brooks, Odell Fitzallen, Elijah Gravesand, and Keon Figaro. My mistake, Kurt Maloney, actually the goalkeeper for this one for the Northern Explorers. Andre Providence, Isaiah Samuel, Arvid Applewhite, and Jean-Pierre Defoe and Gabriel Nash leading the line for the Explorers, of course. For the Capitals, we have Cleon John in post, Cecil Young, Robert Primus, Anthony Stokes, and Kosi David making up the back line. Anthony Applewhite, Kashif Thomas, Michael Campbell in the midfield, and Jarrell Brito, Michael Lewis, and Andre Joseph up front for the boys from Port of Spain. And we have started off here. It's on a ball played over the top, but it's easily dealt with by the Capital defense. Or is it? There's still danger there, but it should be cleared away. The Northern Explorers men are biting, but Justin Thomas blows his whistle, and it is a free kick here for the Port of Spain Capitals. Of course, the Explorers, as I did mention earlier, haven't been having the best GA Super Cup this year. Still unable to win and getting some heavy defeats. Of course, we saw them last week losing to the Maloney Mavericks, who have been absolutely flying this tournament, especially on the top of this group, as they have been absolutely perfect. The likes of Joshua Alexander, Nathan Lewis, Ryan Jordan, of course, the helm of that Maloney Mavericks attack. But it is a free kick here for the Explorers, and it is Keon Figaro who's the one standing over it. And he whips it in, but it beats the first man, actually. I thought it was a handball. Justin Thomas didn't agree with me, but it's played out wide here, and the Capitals have possession. Do expect this one to be a very high-intensity game. Of course, it is raining, and a ball played through immediately by the Port of Spain Capitals. And it's good goalkeeping there from Kurt Maloney. Quickly off his line there was Maloney to deal with any sort of danger. It was a decent ball played through by the Capitals. Nevertheless, they rebuild as the rhythm section also rebuilds here in the Marvin Lee Stadium in the GA Super Cup. We've been having an absolute ball for the past few weeks. It's been some great football being played by all the teams. Some, of course, much better than others. And a bit of a slip of the ball there. As I did mention, the conditions are very wet here. It will be difficult, but I do expect to see a lot of high intensity football being played today. Both teams very far away from the Maloney Mavericks, and they will be looking to close the gap if they can. Especially the Capitals here, of course, to build on that early win that they did have over the Explorers. And it's a good tussle in the midfield there, but it's great strength stone possession in the midfield here for the Port of Spain Capitals. Just looking to settle things a little bit, get a rhythm into this game. There hasn't been any chances really. And that ball played straight into Figaro, and here are the Northern Explorers as they move forward. But it's easily taken off the feet there. This time it's a nice touch. And again, good defense by the Capitals once again, and it's Anthony Stokes coming across and doing the defensive work. He has been pretty good this tournament as Anthony Stokes has been a solid rock in the back for the Port of Spain Capitals as the centre back. We do expect to see him intervening a lot in a lot of these plays because he is a pretty good defensive player. Ball played out wide there. Right back position, and the Capitals again trying to build, but again it's a sloppy giveaway there. And possession back in Northern Explorers territory, but just too much on that one there for Stefan Ragu. Capitals get things back in play. Again, it's high pressing here from the Northern Explorers. You can see the intent that they have. They know that they have to win this game. You know, to have some sort of pride, and it's a beautiful ball played over the top. Is this an opportunity here for the Capitals? Decides to cut back there. Possession still there. And he's driving on the goal, but it's good covering there. And it will be a throw-in again for the Port of Spain Capitals. It was actually Jarrell Brito who was in on goal and decided to cut back, giving the Explorers just enough time to recover. Gabriel Nash again working hard, but it's missed in the midfield there by Arvid Applewhite. That's some nice footwork in the midfield there. Here is Nash once again, but he's tackled well again by Anthony Stokes. And a throw in for the Northern Explorers, which will be taken by Figaro. Long throw, Nash flicks it on nicely. And Stokes has a lot of danger to deal with here, but again, gets there in the end. Got an important toe there. Stefan Ragu was lurking. And a lot of credit to be given to the Northern Explorers how they started off this game. They have been winning back the ball. They've been working really hard. Another example of it there. Unlucky there just to get in the way of his teammate. And here's an opportunity for the Port of Spain Capitals. Driving at the defense is Anthony Applewhite, but in the end it's given back. But Brito wins back possession, and here's another chance. Ball dinked over the top, but easily cleared away. Well watched there by the Northern Explorers defense once again. Haven't been any clear-cut chances just as yet. The teams are building up into this one. Good passing there from the Port of Spain Capitals, being a little mature. And that's a nice looking ball out wide there, and it beats the man on the far side. Here's an opportunity for the Port of Spain Capitals. Can he find the right ball in the box to square back on top? But it's well intercepted there by Isaiah Samuel, back doing his defensive work. But it was a great ball played over the top initially by Andres Joseph from that left back position. Really beat the man, as you see it again. Just didn't get a contact that he wanted there, did the Port of Spain Capitals man. Michael Campbell out on that right wing. And it seems as if the ball has gone out of the park really. Josh and Thomas signaling to the bench that they need one, but I think Michael Lewis has been tasked with receiving that ball. As we speak about Michael Lewis, he is a very creative player. Might not be the quickest, but he is very good at holding up the ball, he is very good at creating chances. And he is somebody that the Northern Explorers may want to keep an eye out on. If they don't, could be some problems, as he is a tricky one. And it will be Campbell to swing this one in. So to the near post. Oh, nearly gets a head on it there. And it's Stitchy defending in the back there from the Explorers. But they get away with it in the end. And they can relax. They can breathe once again. It was a teasing ball inside it. Missed the first post defenders and went straight into the penalty area. Nevertheless, Northern Explorers get away with that one. And Odell Fitzallen launches it along out to the left wing. But it's straight out of play and it's a Port of Spain Capitals through. Of course, in the GA Super Cup, each team does have to play each team twice in the group stage. The top two teams will advance from each group into the quarterfinals, which will begin on the 5th of June. If the Port of Spain Capitals do come out victorious today, then surely the Northern Explorers tournament is over. As that 6 points will take them clear, but that's a nice back heel there, and it's a great defensive tackle. And it's another corner here. Oh, it's actually a goal kick, I think. Nkosi David thought it was a corner. He actually positioned the ball, but the linesman had other ideas. In the end, there was actually some great work out on the far side there to keep out any ball from getting into the box. And Fitzallen again, tasked with taking this goal kick for the Northern Explorers. Here's another very composed and, well, how should I say, experienced centre-back is Odell Fitzallen. You can see that in the way he plays the game. He's never too flustered. Seems to make the right decisions whenever he's called into action. That's a nice ball over the top. And here's Michael Lewis. And the keeper's way off his line here, but that's a beautiful ball on the inside. And Kosi David on his left foot. Just couldn't get the connection that he wanted. Nevertheless, a shot on target for the Port of Spain Capitals, their first of the game. But it's easily wrapped up by Kurt Maloney in the Northern Explorers post. And here is Figaro. He's calling for options. Plays it into the midfield. Nash with a nice touch inside again. And that's a beautiful ball played out wide. And here's Nash. Once again, what can he do? Can he find that ball into the box? Oh, and it was a decent idea from Nash. But he just didn't execute it. The pass was just a little too far forward of his teammate there. And the Capitals can regroup. Here's Nkosi David in the midfield, of course. Did start off playing left back in the last game against the Maloney Mavericks. And then switched into the midfield where he did look pretty promising. He has started in the midfield in this game, so definitely the coach, Ronald Primus, sees something in David in that midfield that seems to be very threatening. And here is David, and he plays it out wide again. That's a decent looking ball swung in, and not as decent as I thought. Went straight out of play. I think it was Campbell on the far side. One-off from him usually is much better in those situations. Does have a lot of quality. Does Michael Campbell going forward. Fitzallen launches long once again. It's easily intercepted by Andre Joseph. Port of Spain Capitals left back. That's nice work in the midfield from Samuel. But good strength from Primus to keep possession for his team, and the Capitals can settle the ball now. Here is David. Can he find the ball through? Tries to play it through, but he was under heavy pursuit. I think it was Samuel again doing some excellent defensive work. Has started off pretty sharp as Samuel, and the ball is given away now back to David. Here is Campbell in a dangerous position. He slips it through. Lewis holds it up very nicely. He has options in the middle. Lewis just wide. And we spoke about him. Michael Lewis, he is dangerous in those positions. Held up the ball very well. Just couldn't get the connection that he wanted there. Actually, I think it may have been Jarrell Brito there who was in on goal. Not Michael Lewis, but nevertheless some quality being shown in that Port of Spain Capitals attack. This time the Explorers decide to go short, and Fitzallen drives out of the defense with the ball. But this time he does go long, and he gives it straight into the feet of the Capitals. Here is Joseph. Easily intercepted there, and it's possession given back to the Explorers. Nice Nice hold up play by Ragu, but I think he's fouled. The referee Justin Thomas plays the advantage. And he actually doesn't call it back, I think, much to the dismay of the Northern Explorers players. Looked like a handball there, but Thomas again doesn't blow his whistle. Here is Figaro. Plays it out wide to Nash. That's a decent looking touch, but a little too cute. And the Port of Spain Capitals easily cleared away, but the Explorers are back on the ball. Here is Figaro. Nice play, Samuel in the midfield turns. Oh, that's a lovely skill. And can he find the killer pass? No, Primus was equal to it there. Ragu really is a battle in the midfield here in this encounter. Lewis plays it out wide. Here is Campbell. And he tried for that Northern Explorers defense. Ngozi David in space miscontrols it. I think that kind of let him off a little bit, but still have an opportunity here to the Capitals. It's Campbell, he's driving. Oh, and that's a lovely tackle once again. Haven't been giving Campbell much space out there apart from that one opportunity which he did get earlier on. And that scuffed squared ball which he did play across. But some excellent work on the far side there from the Explorers. Here is Joseph. Tried to turn there, but Figaro still strong. He cuts inside, still has possession. Here is Figaro. I think he's fouled, but Justin Thomas plays the advantage once again. A dink ball out wide. And Joel Davidson puts up his flag. It's offside. It was half an apple wide to play the ball through. Here is Lewis. Into Brito. Plays it back. David on the ball. No. Here's Michael Lewis once again. Campbell. Out to Lewis, but he forced him just a little wide. Actually, I think he could have gotten it, but he did hesitate in his run there. And in the end, it's a cheap giveaway there, and the Explorers are back in possession. Oh, and that's stolen there. Good work from Brito, but Samuel again, sharp as he has been ever since the whistle blew off early. And here is Odell Fitzallen again. Plays a lovely ball out there to Nash. Can he control Joel Davidson again? Puts up his flag, and he was just offside there, did Nash? You expect him to not be offside there, holding his run. He should look across the line to see that he should be ahead of those last centre backs. A bit careless from him, but nevertheless, it's good to see that he's eager, trying to get into the back of that Port of Spain Capitals defense. And Lewis, a nice dropped off ball there into David. Here's Primus on the ball. Back to David. Some composed play in the midfield here from the Port of Spain Capitals. Brito with a heavy touch, and Figaro quickly on his toes. And he had very few options there, but I think in the end he did well there, did Figaro, to get something out of it. He was completely surrounded by Port of Spain Capitals players, and it seems as if the Northern Explorers are going to be dipping into their pockets here. If I'm not mistaken, Justin Thomas running across here to consult Cecile Hines. I'm not sure what the issue is. The throw should be taken here by Figaro, so we wouldn't have the substitution just as yet. Samuels controls excellently and turns to the midfield. He gets away. And that's some great play from Samuel. Really has had a great start to the game here. And it does seem as if there's going to be a substitution. I'm not sure. It's a number 16 actually. Andre Providence came off the field for a bit, and he's back on with us, so it wasn't a substitution in the end. My mistake, but it is a Port of Spain Capitals throw, and it is going to be Andre Joseph to take it for us. And he throws it into Brito, who uses his strength well, but Justin Thomas blows, and it's actually a foul. Brito using his strength a little too much there on the recently returned Andre Providence. And Figaro will be the one to take it. I've seen a lot of the ball in his first half. He gives it straight back to Brito. Luckily for him, the deflection fell kindly into the path of Odell Fitzallen. So, I think the game has been in the balance. The Port of Spain Capitals, of course, nearly getting the ball in the back of the net. But here's Nash trying to create something here for the Explorers. He got to the ball, but just didn't get a contact. He had to run a long way to get contact on that one. Had to play it one time. And I think it was also well defended by Stokes, just doing enough to put off the number 9 allowing no danger to get into that box, protecting Cleon John as much as possible. Of course, the rain did fall, so might not be ideal conditions for goalkeepers sometimes. When the ball is wet, you could see those gloves can be so slippery, so do have to be very careful, both teams, to protect the keepers from any kind of shots, because any kind of mishandling and the ball could end up in the back of the net, as David plays it out wide here to Elijah. And it's nice play from the Capitals again. Here's Michael Lewis, rolls it out to Campbell, who dinks it over the top once again. And that's good defending again from Figaro, who has again started off excellently. David gives it away very cheaply, and an opportunity here for the Explorers. Here's Samuel, a nice touch away from his man, and he plays a nice ball through to Nash. Can he get to the end of it? And no, he can't. Leon John saw the danger early and ran straight across. Nash seems to be limping. He did put down 2 relatively long runs there, so could just be feeling the effects of that. And that's a nice ball played out by Brito into his teammate, and for the Spain Capital just passing around the ball on top of the edge of the penalty area. It's pretty slow build up, but patient from the Port of Spain boys. Here's David, that's a nice looking ball through, but he forced Campbell a little wider than he may have wanted, and he's not able to control that one, and it's a throw in for the Northern Explorers. It was Anthony Applewhite pulling wide out on that left hand side for the Capitals. I think if they do want to penetrate that Northern Explorers defense, the Capitals, they're going to have to move the ball around a little quicker with the expertise of Odell Fitzallen rather in the back there. It's going to be a lot of quality to beat him, and it's another ball played out wide here to Nash. Is he onside this time? Davidson keeps down his flag, but that touch let him down, but still has an opportunity. Cleon John was never phased. Here is Applewhite once again. It's a nice touch there. Gets away from his man once again. It's a beautiful ball, but the flag is up on the far side against Brito. 20 minutes about there. 20 minutes gone here in this clash between the Port of Spain Capitals and the Northern Explorers, of course. Just to remind you that in Group C, the Capitals do sit second. With 2 games played, the Northern Explorers, this will be their final game of the group stage. Still yet to win a game. And of course, the Maloney Mavericks, who have been perfect so far in this group. 3 wins out of 3. They have booked their spot in the quarterfinals already. These teams here still trying to see what they can do. Still trying to show that they do have some quality. And they are worthy of playing in this GA Super Cup, and it's a throw-in for the Capitals once again, and it is going to be Joseph. And some nice play from Brito, strong. Here is Anthony Stokes into Nkosi David. Looks out wide, I think he's offside. There's Applewhite. Yeah, it's pretty lazy from Applewhite. I actually don't think he was looking for the ball. He was just returning from an offside position. But again, possession turned over to the Explorers. But yeah, so on this table, of course, in the Group C, the goal difference, well, the Maloney Mavericks with a goal difference of 10, scoring 11 goals, only conceding 1. Excellent stats from them. Port of Spain Capitals with a goal difference of 1, scoring 3 and conceding 2. And unfortunately for the Explorers, they have a goal difference of minus 11. So even if they do get a victory out of this one, it's going to be very difficult for them to boost up that goal difference. They're going to have to win by a mountain-like margin if they are to pass their opponents in this one. And they're going to also have to hope that the Maloney Mavericks defeat the Port of Spain Capitals in the next encounter. So it seems pretty impossible, but it seems pretty improbable rather, but not impossible. This game of football is very unpredictable. Lost my words for a few there, but we did see today in the Premier League, Man City We thought that they we thought that they would have gone down, but 10 minutes can make such a difference. And we'll see if Northern Explorers have 70 minutes. Can they use that here to turn around things in this Group C? And Figaro gets us back on track, and it's launched forward, but launched back out by Primus. Samuels again is there. And that's good composed play again from the Northern Explorers midfield. And that's a lovely ball from Fitzallen. Nice touch by Figaro, but well read again by Andre Joseph. And he pushes forward, but I actually think Joel Davidson called a foul there. And it is going to be a free kick for the Capitals. It seems as if there was an injury on the side of the Port of Spain Capitals, and they are readying a substitution. Looks as if it's going to be Noriega Brito, who's coming on the number 12 for the Port of Spain Capitals. I think it was Michael Campbell, actually, right winger for the Capitals, who seemed to have picked up some sort of discomfort. And he has made his way from the field, so it doesn't look as if there's going to be return for him. Likewise, the Explorers, but Michael Lewis getting in there, and it's good cover from Fitzallen. But the Explorers as well seeming to dip into their pockets here. It's going to be the number 19, Kadeem Jackie, who is coming on for the Explorers. Joel Davidson signals that one there. It's actually Nash who came off. We did mention he seemed as if he was limping a little bit. And I guess Joshua Lamb was privy to that, and it swung in. While the substitution was being made, there was barely enough time for Noriega Brito to get on the pitch when the corner was taken. But in the end, Kurt Maloney did well. And here is Figaro once again. A decent looking ball, but easily intercepted by Anthony Stokes once again. Here's Andre Joseph into Primus. Oh, that's a nice ball there. Into Applewhite, who can't control Figaro. Nice ball. I think he's fouled. Didn't look too good there. And really has started off well as Applewhite, as Figaro. He's been pretty solid so far in that right back position. And he now stands over this free kick. What can he deliver here? He launches it forward, but it's easily intercepted by Joseph once again. Applewhite plays a nice ball forward here into Brito, who is quickly closed down again. Oh, but this time it gets through, and here's Applewhite. He has options in the middle. Will he play it early? Fitzallen is all alone. It's a little behind Lewis, but there's an opportunity here for the substitute, Noriega Brito. And he just took a little long, gave enough time to the Explorers to recover. And really didn't pose to be a threat at all. But nevertheless, it's some nice play from the Capitals, building their momentum. Explorers, Jalen Brooks, who actually played in the right back position in their last outing against the Maloney Mavericks. He now sits in the midfield for the Explorers, of course, with the arrival of Figaro, who's in this right back position. It gives him the freedom to now go back into his midfield role as Jalen Brooks. Here is the substitute, Noriega Brito. Lewis battling on the wing, keeps the ball very well, but has to go all the way back to Anthony Stokes. Here's David with that left foot of his, plays it out wide to Applewhite. Oh, and they just weren't on the same wavelength there with the Capitals. It was a nice build-up, but I honestly think Applewhite isn't to be blamed because he wasn't really in a position to receive that 1-2 pass. Nevertheless, the Northern Explorers are back on the ball. Here is Brooks. It's a nice ball over the top, but Primus should deal with that one, but it's a risky touch and gives an opportunity here to the Explorers. Here's Raghu, who also fumbles on the ball but plays it to Samuel. And again, Primus is there, solid as ever. Here's Noriega Brito. Slips it through. And that's a lovely ball. Is he onside? No. The flag goes up, much to the disappointment of the Port of Spain Capitals and their fans. And that really was an opportunity if he was just able to hold his run a little longer there, Jarrell Brito. Could have been something, but he's walked straight up the field here as the number 10 after making that run. I'm not sure if he's pulled up or if it's a cramp, but Capitals are actually down a man now, while the Explorers are on the attack. So some weird timing there from Brito. Here is Figaro. Here's the substitute, Kadeem Jackie, who swings it in, but it was never really a threat. And Fitzallen does well to get that ball there. He's charging forward here. Is Odell Fitzallen way out of his centre-back position, and he tried to get it with the outside of his boot. He's going to have to work very hard to get back now as the Capitals have an opportunity to counter-attack. Lewis into David, but the players slow down and Fitzallen is able to recover in the end. But the Capitals still have the ball. And it's a lovely ball. I think he's onside here. It's Nkosi David. Can he beat the keeper? He takes it wide. David! Oh! It's off the post. I actually think Kurt Maloney's a lucky boy because he was way off his line. And David just couldn't get it here as we see it again. Well-timed run, David. In on goal, Maloney way off his line. Didn't even make an attempt to tackle, but David, I think, was just forced a little too wide. He couldn't get his foot around it enough to slot it home. And the Explorers get away with yet another one. Figaro launches it along once again, a hopeful ball. Actually, in a decent position. Ragu was the one coming across. Nice ball again, that's well controlled by Michael Lewis. I did talk about his technical ability and creativity, and he has shown it thus far. Hasn't put a foot wrong for the half yet, has Michael Lewis. Oh, and that's a loose giveaway there from Cecil Young. As we approach the 30-minute mark in this first half, it's still 0-0 between the Port of Spain Capitals and the Northern Explorers. Nkosi David with a golden opportunity a few moments ago, but still haven't been able to break the deadlock of any of these teams. As we did say, a draw or a win for the Capitals definitely puts them through into the quarterfinals and sinks the Northern Explorers. Even if the Explorers do come out with a win here, they're going to have to win by a huge margin if they are going to pass the Port of Spain Capitals in that second place. And there was another substitution here. And Brito, who did walk off the field, is replaced by the number 17, Johnny Noriega, who did start the last game for the Capitals, but this time was benched and called right back into action. So we'll see definitely what he can bring to the pitch. Here's David. That's some nice midfield play there from the Capitals again, but play breaks down and Figaro reads it well. Here's Jackie. It's a nice touch on the inside. Brooks. What can he do here? Brooks, and that was very predictable from Jalen Brooks, and we saw that. An easy interception. Here's Alfred Applewhite. He plays it out wide. Ragu controls nicely. Tries to ping it through to Jackie, but Joseph was there once again. Oh, and Justin Thomas took a touch for himself there. Couldn't get out of the way quickly enough, and lovely ball from Andre Joseph. I thought he played it too early, but it's perfect. An opportunity here for the Capitals. Slip ball through. It's a substitute, Noriega. He's in on goal, but he's marshaled back. Here's Lewis. The danger still isn't gone. It's played out wide. Lewis had some very slow build-up from the Port of Spain Capitals. Here's David again. Noriega, Brito, the substitute. Can he find the angle? No. But it's given right back to the Capitals again. Dinked over the top. It's really slow. But Lewis has an inch. And a beautiful save there from Kurt Maloney. It's a wonderful strike from Michael Lewis. He was given a lot of space on top of the box. But Kurt Maloney was equal to it as we see it again here. It was David who tries to dink it through. It was headed right back into the path of Lewis by Noriega. But a wonderful dive and save. And the ball is back in play. It's taken short. Chipped back on the inside, but flicked away by Figaro. Danger still there for the Explorers. Noriega Brito, can he curl it? Tried to, but it was deflected, and offside there is Nkosi David. But I really do have to say that the Capitals, their build-up has been slow, but the Northern Explorers are actually letting them just pass the ball on top of the box. So a bit of two hands clapping there, and it's played over the top. A decent idea, but not well executed, and Kurt Maloney will see that one go out for a Northern Explorers goal kick. But back to the play of the Port of Spain Capitals, it has been really slow. The Explorers have just been sitting back when the Capitals have been on the attack. Luckily for them, they haven't conceded, but I think they're going to have to step it up a little bit, because if they do allow all that time and space, Michael Lewis, as we saw there, could get in on goal and have a strike, as we saw as well. Justin Thomas seems to be dealing with something in the midfield here, I'm not sure. Actually, he's dipping into his pocket and it's a yellow card. Justin Thomas gives out here, and it's off your screen actually, but there is some controversy here. Justin Thomas having to deal with it accordingly, and I'm still not sure what was the controversy taking place, but it seems to have been dealt with, and Justin Thomas is back on the pitch, and we are as well, as Fitzallen plays it into the midfield into Samuel. Ooh, plays it over the top, but again, but Jackie running this one down. It's excellent work from the substitute. Can he find a killer ball on the inside? Tries to play it with the outside of his boot, but it's tame in the end. There is Noriega, and just couldn't thread the needle there, could Noriega. And likewise, Brooks couldn't beat Cecil Young in that right back position. Kept in very well. Can he use his pace here? Decides to cut back. Lewis, that one was too short and well read by Fitzallen, but he gives it right back. But in the end, he gets a throw in for his team, as 10 minutes remaining of normal time in this first half. Still 0-0. Noriega. Some lovely skill there. Plays it out wide. Here is Michael Lewis. What can he conjure up here? It's David and acres of space. Will he have a crack? His first touch, I think, let him down, but he did well to keep possession here, did David. Oh, and he's dancing through. Can he find that ball on the inside? David, well defended again. It's actually excellent goalkeeping from Kurt Maloney. But then Kosi David showing some of his attacking ability and creativity. As we see it again there, dancing through, but the corner taken shortly, and David couldn't get it, but it was nice play initially from him, as we saw in the replay there. Noriega wins it off of Samuel in a dangerous position. What can he do here? He gets into the penalty area, squares it back, but it's just behind Michael Lewis. And it's another throw-in. I think this time the ball went out to the park. It has been a pretty balanced first half, I think. I would give the Port of Spain Capitals the edge. They have had the more threatening chances, but the Northern Explorers have been pretty decent. They have come to this occasion. Here's David working the space on his left foot. Can he get it out of his feet for a crack? And again, I think he hesitated a little too much there, didn't Kosi David? Really wanted to work that space, but Samuel wasn't letting him have it. Andre Providence. That's composed play. Here's Jalen Brooks. Back into Providence, who plays it over the top. Beats Jackie, beats everybody actually, except Robert Primus. That's good work there from Raghu, but Primus is strong. And he shepherds that one out for another Port of Spain Capitals goal kick. But yeah, the Capitals have been the ones who have been knocking on the door slightly more than the Explorers. A nice interception there from Samuel. Will he have a goal? And it's straight into the hands of Cleon John, but it was a decent strike from Samuel. He connected nicely after a good interception. But the Capitals can respond quickly. Here's Noriega. It's short and well read again by Odell Fitzallen, who is having a good first half, is the centre back. Here's Ragu, who again stands on the ball and couldn't beat that Port of Spain Capitals wall. Here's Ragu. That's nice play out on the wing. Can they find a ball on the inside there? He's driving into the box. This is good play from the Explorers, but the ball just bubbling up over his foot there. And again, Fitzallen had to come across. But it was initially great play on the left-hand side from Ragu. A nice 1-2. But they just couldn't get the quality in the end to pose any sort of threat to the Port of Spain Capitals defense. It's a throw-in again for the Capitals. Fitzallen again working hard. Has been very impressive. Here is Noriega. Holds it up nicely and plays it into Kosi David, who tries to thread it through. But that's good defensive cover from Jackie. And it's a nice ball into Ragu, who lays it off beautifully as well. And it's fizzed into the Port of Spain Capitals half. Well retrieved. Lacking options here are the Explorers. Oh, and that's a nice beat. He gets into the penalty area. This could be problems for the Port of Spain Capitals, but there wasn't enough hunger. It was initially great work on the far side, but easily dealt with by the Capitals. Michael Lewis working hard to win the ball back for his team. Here is Cecil Young, clears the top field. Oh, and it could be problems, Noriega, but he's offside again. And it was actually good vision from Cecil Young. It wasn't a half-bad ball. Went straight through the Northern Explorers back line. Unfortunately, Noriega went a little too early. And as you come into the last 5 minutes of the first half, you don't want to do anything too risky. You don't want to lose your focus, concede any cheap goals before the first half. You don't want to have to give your manager or your coach anything to think about. I think both these teams will want to score, definitely won't want to concede, and should just be a little mature in trying to see out this first half and not do anything too risky, as that one is easily cut out by Robert Primus. Is it out wide here? Noriega Brito making a run, but easily intercepted by Figaro once again, who has been one of the standout players in this first half. It's a nice ball played out wide from Arvid Applewhite. Jalen Brooks into Ragu, but David did very well here, and I think he was offside regardless. There was Noriega. Applewhite played it through, and another miscontrolled one there. And yet another Port of Spain Capitals throw-in, which is taken very quickly into Lewis, who tries to turn on Odell Fitzallen. He actually draws the foul there, does Michael Lewis. So he did well in the end. I thought it was actually some good defense from Fitzallen, but problems here. Fitzallen needs to switch back on. It's Applewhite driving through. He has Noriega in the middle. Can he square across? No. Samuel is there, but it's... Oh! Just wide. And I'll tell you what, he'll be disappointed with himself there, because that was on the plate. And he couldn't finish. As we see it again here, Samuel puts it right into the path. And he just couldn't finish it there. Oh, it's actually a corner. So it did take a deflection. And an opportunity here for the Port of Spain Capitals to get the ball in the box. It's going to be Michael Lewis, the one who's running across to take it. Decides to go short once again. There is Lewis. Drops the shoulder, goes on to his right foot. Lewis swings it in. It's a nice ball again. Maloney was there. Excellent goalkeeping again from Kurt Maloney. And that's interception. Andre Joseph, that was so important because Jackie was running in behind him. And here's Noriega Brito into Noriega, who fumbles on the ball. And in the end, cleared away by the Explorers, but it's a free kick actually. Slight delay as this free kick is to be taken here with about 2 minutes of normal time remaining as we await to see how many minutes will be added on in this first half. Vitalin launches it long. That's a nice looking ball, but it's well dealt with by Cecil Young, who's working hard and is rewarded in the end with a free kick. Has been a decent first half. Some opportunities for the Port of Spain Capitals. The Northern Explorers themselves did get some looks in on goal, but haven't really threatened Cleon John in the Port of Spain Capitals post. And it's a nice ball played out wide, but Figaro once again covering excellently. And they sort it out in the end, but it's given straight into the feet of the substitute Noriega Brito, who has a strike, but never connected cleanly. And that one well wide of the post, and Kurt Maloney didn't have much to worry about there. He'll take those all day long. Vitalin again driving a nice ball out wide, and it's going out of play. Couldn't control it there. Here is Ngozi David. What can he do? And it is a free kick in a dangerous position for the Capitals. Can they capitalize? Noriega Brito seems to be the one who's setting it, but Primus is also in the question. Does seem as if it's going to be the substitute Noriega Brito. He runs up and strikes it straight into the wall. Primus with a strike, and that one is wide. Connected well, but didn't have the accuracy to trouble Kurt Maloney. And we are coming to the end of this first half here. Still 0-0. Either team unable to get onto the score sheet as Figaro looks long, launches it up the field. But it should be dealt with easily. But problems here, Kadeem Jackie. But he was blown, and here is Andre Joseph. Late in the stage of this first half, it's Noriega Brito. David into Anthony Stokes, and Joshton Thomas blows for the first half. Has been an exciting one. The Port of Spain Capitals, I would say, have had the upper hand. The Northern Explorers have been second best, but we still do have another 45 minutes to play as the coaches call in their players to talk to them for 15 minutes. We will see if there is any difference from any other teams. Nevertheless, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you for the second half of this GA Super Cup clash between the Port of Spain Capitals and the Northern Explorers.
Looking for great quality clothing and prices to suit your budget? Then head on down to OC Fashion and Gift Boutique, located at 94 Eastern Main Road in St. Augustine. We offer clothing and accessories for everything, from brunch, clubbing, showers, and so much more. We are the sole distributors for Savage Black Hair Shampoo Dye, your 5-minute hair color solution. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram, or call us at 473-4OCA or 489-SOCA. OCA Fashion and Gift Boutique for unbelievable finds.
Are you ready for the biggest youth football tournament in Trinidad and Tobago? Over 200 teams, 2,600 male and female players, 6 weekends, more than 100 games, 1 cup, and endless opportunities. Republic Cup Youth Football Tournament 2022. Kickstart your dreams. Tournament starts June 4. To register, visit www.gatewayathletics.com.
So we're here at the Squadron Grounds in Aruka on College Road, where we had the launch of our football academy. We are taking in players from as early as 3 years old, so we have U5 all the way up to U23. We have decided to launch our football academy because we have seen the need to bridge the gap both on and off the field for our local players with the intentions of going abroad on a football scholarship.
Yeah, this morning is another checkbox to cross off as we launch our academy. This academy is a major part of our development program, as we won't have to do the in-depth assessment of getting players into our elite and development programs. This is important for Trinidad and Tobago, as we know the pandemic has really destroyed us. And to be fair, we must thank the parents and the children for having that belief in us with our development and elite programs. So launching the academy is a massive part for us, as we will have the kids that will be moving up into elite and development. We have a lot of plans. As you know, we recently finished our Trinidad and Tobago showcase. Now we are looking to get into other islands to do the same. We will be releasing our dates. We also have later on this year, we have NCE. We have in Pennsylvania, that's in July. We have a USA tour. So it's a lot of things happening here at Gateway Athletics. So it's all about giving these children who has faith in us the opportunity to really and truly live their dream and be seen. So I must commend the idea that is behind it and the team that we have that keeps bringing in great ideas, and to be fair, we have executed it well so far, and we just have to stick with it and trust the process.
So you can register for our academy. It's open to boys and girls. Registration forms are available on our Facebook and Instagram pages.
Hi guys, I am Coach Denicia. I'm better known as Auntie Denicia. I work with the under 5 team. This is the only football camp that you will get where you see we integrate fun, learning football. Bring all the children down. Let's have fun and let's enjoy ourselves with them. They always enjoy themselves.
Good day everybody, my name is Kevin Williams, Coach Vin. I am with Gateway Athletics, the academy. I'm with the young ones. We are really having an exciting time, we're really enjoying it. The focus of our sessions are really to make sure that the kids have fun, they enjoy it, and they also learn a little bit of football, right? So today we did some beautiful games. We did a nice little musical ball. It's basically musical chairs with the ball where they have to come in and get a ball. We also did red light, green light. A lot of the kids familiar with that. and they had a lot of fun. At the end they did some passing and also some shooting. So this is what we are looking to do. Make sure they have fun, play some games, and also incorporate football. So yeah, you all can see the children. I really enjoy it, trust me. I enjoy these kids, and they look like it clearly they're enjoying my company also. So yeah, Gateway Athletics Academy, blessings.
Water. Introducing. Come and get it. Wait. Come and get it. Much better. Customer service excellence, reliability, home delivery across TNT. Place your orders 77 Water. Join our roster 77 Water. Make life easier. 77 Water. What you waiting for? 77 Water. Our delivery trucks are in your area. Call now.
Come and get it. 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 Come and get it.
Looking for great quality clothing and prices to suit your budget? Then head on down to OSA Fashion and Gift Boutique, located at 94 Eastern Main Road in St. Augustine. We offer clothing and accessories for everything, from brunch, clubbing, showers, and so much more. We are the sole distributors for Savage Black Hair Shampoo Dye, your 5-minute hair color solution. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram, or call us at 473-4OCA or 489-SOCA. OCA Fashion and Gift Boutique for unbelievable finds.
And we're back here in the Marvin Lee Stadium for the second half of this clash between the Port of Spain Capitals and the Northern Explorers, of course. Group C, the Port of Spain Capitals sitting second on the Group C table. The Northern Explorers right below them in third place. Unfortunately for them, that is also last. Still unable to get a win, but they do have 45 minutes here to try and add some sort of excitement to their run here in the GA Super Cup. And just to give you a look at what happened in the first half, the Northern Explorers only with one attempt on goal, which was of course on target, that shot from Samuel. Port of Spain Capitals 14 attempts, 2 on target. Of course that accuracy would look a little lower, but it still shows that they have had some chances and some quality going forward. Again, you could see it, 5 corners to 0 corners for the Northern Explorers. So definitely the start showing that the Port of Spain Capitals have been in the driving seat, but the Explorers have shown some glimpses, some pace from the likes of Kadeem, Jackie, and Samuel has been good in the midfield. So interesting to see how the second half will play out here in this Group C clash. And we are off on the Capitals, who now attack to your right in the navy blue. Northern Explorers in the red. And here is the first half substitute, Noriega Brito, who plays it in nicely into the midfield. It's dropped off again. Here is Nkosi David, and that's an important touch from Figaro, who forces David out wide. And it's a nice back heel, good innovation there from David. Danger still here. Here's Lewis, who has a strike seem to have taken many deflections to get through there, and in the end, Justin Thomas does point to the corner flag, and it is their 6th corner of the game here. The Capitals, the first of the second half. And it is going to be the substitute, Noriega Brito, to take it. He has been on set piece duty since coming on. And he swings it in nicely, but easily dealt with by the Explorers. And again, Lewis taking a little too long there to get that one under control. Launched. And it's launched out. And it's a throw in again for Port of Spain Capitals. No substitutions made during the half for either side. So I guess the coaches are pretty pleased with their teams thus far. Trying to get a defense here. Is an opportunity for the Capitals early on in the first half. Primus, who was in a much advanced position there, Robert Primus. The man fresh out of India. Playing some football over there and representing. And he has a long way back to his centre-back position, but dangerous signs early on for the Northern Explorers. As Fitzallen launches it upfield. It's again headed and met by Primus, and Noriega Brito is unable to keep that one in. It actually seems to be a free kick. The midfield there, Justin Thomas signaling that one there, and it's going to be Fitzallen to take it once again. That's another foul there. And another free kick for the Explorers. Which is going to be taken by Figaro for the Explorers. Justin Thomas just making sure that the free kick is taken from the spot where the foul was committed. And this time Figaro has the space. And he has a strike, does Figaro, and he connects nicely. It was very clean, but wasn't enough on it to get past Cleon John, who launches it upfield. It's miscontrolled there. And Noriega can pounce, but he decides to let it run for a throw in, which he takes rapidly. Here is Michael Lewis. He's it into Campos, who actually was a halftime substitute, so again, my mistake. Campos did come on in the midfield for the Port of Spain Capitals. The number 3 there in the midfield. That one just missed by Joseph. And it is a throw-in for the Explorers. Here's Jalen Brooks into Figaro. Flicked on again. Wow, some nice play there again. That's excellent play from Michael Lewis. Can he find the ball inside? Noriega was looking, but it's well cut out by Fitzallen once again. And that ball is punched through the midfield, but Robert Primus, well positioned, gives it back to Cleon John, who clears it upfield. Well won header by Joseph into David. Campos with a composed chest down touch. It's given right back, and a lot of possession just being handed over back and forth here early on in the first half. Noriega Brito did well. Here's David into Campos. Oh, it's a nice idea, but Fitzallen again. Lewis gets control of the ball. It's spinning. Fitzallen again, able to get it clear. And here's Alfred Applewhite. But he's well tackled by Campos. Excellent work. Here's Noriega Brito who has a strike on his left foot. And Kurt Maloney again, throwing his frame. And puts it out for another Port of Spain Capitals corner. But Noriega Brito, they gave him the space on his left foot and connected very cleanly. And Kurt Maloney equal to it. And it is a corner here for the Capitals. And it's whipped in here. Primus just wide of the post. But again, the Capitals asserting their dominance in this game. They have not yet been awarded with a goal. But you do sense that it may be coming. A decent ball in there. And well met by Primus, but just couldn't get it on target. And the Northern Explorers again breathe a sigh of relief. That one just kept in there by Figaro, who did well to get a throw in from that one. Ragu with a nice touch there. Couldn't control it there. The Northern Explorers, and here is Cecil Young driving out from that right back position. Tried to play a 1-2 there with Noriega, but that's a loose touch from Brito, and Ragu pounces well. He dinks it over the top. Here's Samuel, who plays it first time, and that's well seen by Noriega. Kadeem Jackie had no opportunity to even get a sniff in there. Kosi David once again winning the ball back, and he continues his run. Does David? It's on his left foot, and he strikes it. Oh! And Kurt Maloney had to make the save once again. He has been excellent as Kurt Maloney, has been able to keep the clean sheet. And it's nice play from David. Again, Michael Lewis slipping him in. David continuing his run. Decent strike. Maloney just got that touch on it. And the Northern Explorers on the counter attack. Here is Kadeem Jackie, who plays it long, but Anthony Stokes well under cover and easily intercepted once again by the Capitals. And they can seek to go forward again. Here's Campos. Plays it into Noriega, who turns nicely. Links one over the top. And that one there, too much on it for Michael Lewis. Oh, and that's a poor giveaway from Fitzallen, but he gets away with it in the end. This must be mentioned that the GA Super Cup, of course, powered by Gateway Athletics. Such a wonderful organization, really promoting the sport of football in Trinidad and Tobago, helping with this development and allowing players to showcase their talent. So definitely a great initiative, this GA Super Cup by Gateway Athletics. We have been thoroughly entertained throughout the course of the tournament, and we don't expect that to change at all. As David plays it through here to Michael Lewis. What can he do? He does so well. He's on his left foot, plays it through to Noriega. Oh! And Maloney again with a brilliant save. This time it was point blank. It was excellent from Lewis, but Noriega is on the ground. As we see again, David with a lovely pass through the middle. Michael Lewis dipping both shoulders, gets past his man, swings it into Noriega, and what a save from Kurt Maloney. Absolutely brilliant. I think if they are able to keep the clean sheet, Kurt Maloney is definitely in for a shout for man of the match, because he's made some absolutely stellar saves between those sticks for the Northern Explorers. And they get away with yet another one there to the Explorers. Here is Noriega. Gets it through, but gives enough time there for the Explorers to regroup. Nkosi David launches it into the Northern Explorers box, but it's cleared away by Figaro. And it's well won back, but here is an opportunity. That could be a foul. Oh, that's a nice turn in the midfield. Here is Alfred Applewhite. Can they build something here, the Northern Explorers? Can they get a goal? It's a nice ball out wide, but there was too much on it. Gravesand it was running it down, but didn't have the legs. The ball was a little too much on it. There was a little too much on the ball, rather. Now one for Gravesand. Here is Campos into David. A ball played through, that's nice and well left as well. Here is Noriega. He slips it in, Noriega again. Oh, and the Noriega connection just wasn't there. It was a beautiful ball from Nkosi David. Well left as well. As you see it again, nice ball there. Decided to leave it there. Noriega slipping it through, but he just couldn't get on the end of that one there. For his namesake. Nicely played ball over the top. Here is Andre Joseph, who intercepts well. Michael Lewis, who has been brilliant so far in this match. Nkosi David. Ocampos is on top. Will he have a strike? He does. And you expected Kurt Maloney to save that all day long, the kind of form he's been in. It's going to take something very special to pass him tonight as he clears it up the field. And it's swiftly cleared back, and it's just wave after wave of Port of Spain Capitals pursuit, and that's a lovely ball over the top. David is in. Oh, but that's some great defense again from Odiel Fitzallen, and he releases his team. Harvard Applewhite. Can he find the ball through? He does. Kadeem Jackie gets it under control, but Anthony Stokes again with some composed defending. Anthony Stokes just settling things in the back. He and Robert Primus have been brilliant, and that's a brilliant ball through from Noriega Brito into Noriega. He has options in the middle. Will he use them? Decides to cut onto the left foot, but that was a heavy touch. And it gave the Explorers just enough time to recover. But here's Noriega Brito again, who has a strike! And again, it's just wide. It was a decent effort again from the first half substitute. But Kurt Maloney is untouched once again. And of course, Gateway Athletics. The action doesn't stop. Tomorrow we have another double header, as we usually do on our Monday evenings. And not only that, but regarding upcoming tournaments, of course, the Republic Cup is coming up. An initiative, partnership between Gateway Athletics and of course Republic Bank, as Brito strikes it again, but nothing there to trouble Kurt Maloney. But yes, the Republic Cup will be coming up as well, so a lot more action to be coming from Gateway Athletics, a lot of football to be played, and it's been absolutely a pleasure to have so much football being played after such a long break. The COVID-19 pandemic had us indoors for so long, and now we are able to enjoy the sport that we all love. And here is Noriega, who takes long on the ball, but it works out for him in the end as he's fouled by Samuel. And it's a free kick here for the Port of Spain Capitals, right on top of the penalty arc. And it was Noriega. He is a strong lad, and it would take a lot to get him off the ball, actually. Samuel didn't seem to do much wrong there, but I think he came into the back of Noriega, and that's why Justin Thomas decided to give them the decision. And this time, it is Nkosi David standing over this one. That left foot of his, it does favor a left footer. We did see a left-footed free kick scored in the first game here between the Oilers and the Cobras from Shakir, and it struck well by David. Seemed to have happened so quickly, but it sailed wide. Kurt Maloney was definitely beaten, but so was the post, and it stays 0-0 as we see it again. Nkosi David struck it, and it was wide. It didn't seem to be too bothered there, did Kurt Maloney. Was well composed. But the Northern Explorers really haven't gotten into the second half at all. It's been all Port of Spain Capitals so far. But still 0-0 luckily for the boys in red. And it just takes one moment to score a goal. So if they are able to capitalize, it could be. And that was a decent ball. And so said, so done. Explorers have an opportunity here to try and get the ball into a dangerous area. And it is going to be, looks like Figaro who is coming across to take that one. I think he's actually been the standout player for the Explorers. And he floats it in, but Cleon John easily intercepts that one out of the air and he releases his teammate once again. Here is Applewhite. He has Noriega running through the middle, but it's well watched and well defended by Jalen Brooks. And it's played out wide. Here's Figaro again. What can he conjure up here? He plays a nice ball over the top into Ragu. Can he cause problems here for Cecil Young, who closes him down very quickly? Avid Applewhite again. Here is Samuel, who has another strike on his left foot, but it was blocked, and Noriega Brito uses his body well. Has been pretty good since coming on, has Noriega Brito. Here's Campos. That's a nice ball. Jared Noriega, that's nice play. Here is Campos. Oh, and I'll tell you what, Joel Davidson is not going to be a fan favorite right now because the Port of Spain Capitals thought that Campos was in there. Let's see the replay again. It was nice play initially. Oh, I'm actually not sure there. It looked pretty tight. Nevertheless, Davidson did have the best view. And Justin Thomas had no choice but to go with the call of his assistant referee. And it's launched forward again by Fitzallen, who easily cleared by Andre Joseph. Here is Applewhite. He gives it into Samuel, who does have a shot on him. He has gotten away 2 in the game. The only 2 that the Explorers have had, but it's taken away from him easily. And Noriega there again, and yes, this time I do think that was offside. I think he did go a little too early. I'll have to agree with Joel Davidson there. Did look offside. But yeah, the Northern Explorers, as we see it again here, let's see. Oh, actually it was pretty tight once again. Northern Explorers do need to get something here, although it is virtually impossible for them to qualify for the quarterfinals. They still do want to have some sort of something to go away with at least, and Cecil Young looked like he wanted to contribute to it there, and he's still fumbling on the ball. There's Ragu, he's fighting back for it. There's Cecil Young, but Ragu comes out the winner and he turns. Oh, it's a nice skill from Ragu, but Cecil Young I think had the better of him still, and Port of Spain Capitals sort it out in the end. Here is Samuel, who controls it nicely in the midfield. He has had a decent game, huh, Samuel? Gravesand beats the tackle of Noriega Brito. Maybe booked for that, it's possible. If the ball goes out, maybe not. Excellent distribution from Cleon John right onto the foot of Noriega, who is fouled by Odell Fitzallen. Experienced play. I thought the whistle went, but Justin Thomas seems to have played the advantage, and that's a nice ball out wide to Michael Lewis. Can he get it on goal here? It's a good recovery run by the... Oh, it's inside David! And again, the Port of Spain Capitals can't find the back of the net. But it's great play again from David. And it is a substitution here for the Port of Spain Capitals. It's going to be Applewhite. Anthony Applewhite, that is, making way for the number 15, Jafia Ellis. And it also seems as if the Northern Explorers are going to make a substitution. Looks as if Anderson Gibson is being readied up here for the Northern Explorers. And I think it's going to be Kadeem Jackie, who was actually a first half substitute, who is going to be making way. And the ball is back in play once again through the throw-in of Cecil Young. Anthony Stokes plays it dangerously across. I don't think he realized how close Ragu was to that one. Here is Michael Lewis, who really has been electric, linking up well with David in the midfield campus. Noriega Brito, another one who has created some nice chances for the Capitals. Here he is again, he lays it off, but Samuel emerges with the ball. Here's Arvid Applewhite. What can he do? Gives away possession once again. Noriega into Ragu. That's a nice ball out wide. Some decent play here from the Explorers, and it's a ball inside, but I think it was just a touch on it there. And Anthony Stokes, composed as ever in the back. Really haven't been too troubled there. Have Stokes and Primus as well as Cecil Young. And they've done well when called into action. It's a nice ball played through, but well read once again by Fitzallen, who himself has been pretty composed in the back. And I guess the stats show it is still 0-0. Although a lot of that has been down to the heroics of Kurt Maloney in the Northern Explorers sticks, and again easily taken by Stokes. A lot of space in the midfield here for the Capitals, and that's a nice ball through to Noriega. Will he have a strike? Decides to cut back again, but it didn't work out again. Oh, but he gets it back. It's a lucky break here for Noriega. Oh, and Justin Thomas, all eyes on you. And he points for a goal kick. And the substitution will be made here. And it is Kadeem Jackie who's coming off for the number 3, Anderson Gibson. And as we see it again there, I thought it was actually a penalty. But Justin Thomas thought otherwise. Noriega not too pleased with that decision. But it is Gravesand who seems to be struggling a little bit, but he's back onto his feet. As we have about 22 minutes of normal time remaining here in this Group C clash between the Capitals and the Explorers. It was just to remind you again, the Maloney Mavericks perfect on top of Group C with 3 out of 3 wins. The Northern Explorers, this is their final fixture of the GA Super Cup. They are yet to win, yet to get a point on the board. And the Port of Spain Capitals sit second with 3 points. So if the Explorers do win this game, they would be on 3 points, but their goal difference is far inferior to that of the Port of Spain Capitals, and it's really going to be difficult for them to advance out of this group stage. Here is David, who plays a nice ball through, but it's just too much on it, and Kurt Maloney, well, you almost don't expect him to make any mistakes tonight. And he clears it up. It's a long kick upfield, but easily dealt with once again by Stokes. And here is Michael Lewis again, showing some of his skill. He turns his man easily. It's Figaro who's defending him. Michael Lewis cuts inside onto that right foot, and Fitzallen is out of position. Noriega has a strike, but it was always rising, and Kurt Maloney knew it. But again, Michael Lewis, a lot of danger on that left-hand side. He has probably been the go-to man for the Port of Spain Capitals. You see him again rolling in through. Got a little lucky there. It was Samuel actually who missed the interception, but Noriega off target. I think he's onside there because Fitzallen did take the goal kick. Danger. Oh, and that doesn't look too good. Oh, but he's back on his feet. And the reason I said that, usually when you see keepers collide like that, they stay on the ground very long. But this time, both parties seem to be okay. See it again there. There was a collision between Kurt Maloney, and the substitute, Jafia Ellis. It actually seems as if Kurt Maloney has come out second best. Only had eyes for the ball there. Did the goalkeeper. And he is receiving some attention. I must say that thus far he has been my man of the match. He has made some brilliant saves. And just a little breather for the Explorers as they come across. They get some water, get some instructions from their coach, Joshua Lamb. And as we go into the last 20 minutes, you do feel the way this game has been going, it might just be one goal that separates the two teams. Not sure who it's going to be, but you do feel that the team, if a team is to come out on top, the team that comes off below is going to be pretty disappointed. Always frustrating to concede goals so late on in a game and just lose by one goal. As David plays it out wide here to Lewis. What can he do here, Lewis? And it's wide of the post, and that's really been the story today for the Port of Spain Capitals. Created so many chances, but just not able to convert any. As we see it again, David once again, who has been pretty good today as well, linking up well with Lewis as cuts onto that right foot, used Fitzallen as a guide, but just couldn't get it into that far bottom corner. And earlier on, that chance that led to the collision between the keeper and Jafia Ellis, it is such a risk for your centre-back sometimes to take those goal kicks, because if possession is given away, the offside or lack thereof comes out of play, because you do have two players behind the ball, and it could be a lot of pressure, as we nearly saw there with Fitzallen. Ball bouncing in the air once again. And it's a nice driving run here. Played through, but well watched once again by none other than Anthony Stokes. The Capitals know that they just need a draw to qualify for the quarterfinals, but you do feel that they still want to win, and they still want to show that they are a quality side. As I would have mentioned earlier on, the Maloney Mavericks have been so dominant in this group. As I said earlier, scoring 11 goals. But there is still a lot of time in this tournament for the Capitals to grow. Here's Michael Lewis, who plays it through, but again, Fitzallen is there. He really has had a good game, and that's a nice flick from Ragu. Can he drive forward here, Graveson? No, he can't. Cecil Young was there to win back possession for his team, and here is Campos into Primus. 73 minutes played here in the Marvin Lee Stadium in this second game of our Sunday night doubleheader, and Fitzallen doesn't want to lose any focus. This is not the time to lose focus, especially if you are in that centre-back position. And here's Lewis once again. Plays it into Noriega, whose touch let him down and allowed Fitzallen to get it out. Oh, nice skill there from Noriega Brito. He plays it in, but it's again cleared away by that Northern Explorers defense. Here is Primus, who gives it straight to the Explorers with his back, and I think he's offside. There is Noriega. And as I see the red of the Northern Explorers, it reminds me of the red of... Before I make that statement, there is a substitution, and it is the number 8, Ruben Brosco, who has come on for his teammate. He's going to slot right into there in the Northern Explorers. But yes, the red of the Northern Explorers does remind me of another good title win here this year for the AC Milan. Their first title in 11 years. Definitely good to see some traditional teams getting back and winning things in that Serie A. Of course, the league been dominated by Juventus for so many years. Definitely was a good win for Milan today. And ball goes out for another Northern Explorers throw in. Brosco, first bit of action is a throw. As we have 15 minutes plus stoppage time remaining in this one. Northern Explorers really haven't had much in this second half, let alone the whole match. But to be fair to them, they have been able to keep a clean sheet, which actually will be their first of the tournament if they are able to hold on to it. Here's Noriega Brito, who is tackled well, but Justin Thomas wasn't pleased with that tackle there from the Northern Explorers man. I think it's Anderson Gibson, as you see it again. Coming across, sliding, and oh, that was a risky challenge. I'm actually surprised Joel Davidson didn't wave his flag. Brito seems to have gotten a little nick. And he's back on his feet. And there is another substitution here for the Explorers. And it is Jalen Brooks who came off on number 14. Dimitri Swift, who is coming on as that free kick was taken there, but the Explorers get it away. Figaro, well tackled by Campos. And a throw in the way of the Northern Explorers. But yes, Dimitri Swift will be joining us. I'm not sure. I think the substitution will be made now. Brooks making his way on the far side. Swift makes his way on the near side. Here is Michael Lewis. Plays it into Noriega. Has options wide, but he hasn't looked up as yet, and he turns right into the danger. But Lewis is in support. He's well tackled, but he comes out with it again, does Lewis, and he plays a nice ball into Noriega. Brito puts it across, but again, the ever-present Odell Fitzallen is there to block it off again. But he does concede a corner. And it's going to be Noriega Brito once again. Again, you can see here Lewis slipping him in, and it's played short actually. David whips it in. Action back on the field there. It's cleared up field. Anthony Stokes, as he has been all night, composed and gets away the danger. It's actually brilliant play there from Stokes. But Primus was a little sloppy there, and there's opportunity here for the Explorers. Here's Brosco, who's well tackled by Campos. Nice throw. And it's played out wide. Here is Anderson Gibson into Samuel, who actually was fouled in the process. Justin Thomas gives it the way of the Northern Explorers. Brosco cleared by Stokes, unconvincingly though. But Primus comes out with the ball, and he plays it out wide to Michael Lewis. And that's a beautiful ball. Primus continued his run, and Noriega was waiting in the middle. But Primus couldn't find him, and he has a long way to get back here, and he's offside there. I think it's Dimitri Swift on the far side. And again, Kurt Maloney off his line swiftly. There was danger, but he has really been brilliant. Here is Figaro in an advanced position. I actually think now that since Brosco has come on, he's moved into that right back position. Figaro is now into the midfield and showing some of his skill, but he gives it away. But he's fouled. Nice ball over the top here. Swift takes it in nicely into stride. Oh, but just went back into that pool of Port of Spain Capital's defenders. Couldn't get his strike away. And Brosco to take this throw in here for the Explorers. They do feel that they could get something from this. Swift flicks it over the back, but in the end it comes down to Here is Noriega Brito charging forward for the Port of Spain Capitals. Slips it through. Here is Fitzallen. Played out wide. Brosco trying to dance through, but there's no way past Andre Joseph, so he has to go infield. That's a nice turn. There's a nice run made through as well, but again, Primus is there and Cleon John clears it easily. Really have lacked quality in the final third of the Explorers. Not to say that they don't have the quality, but today it just hasn't clicked for them. Or tonight rather. Oh, and that's a lovely ball. Here is Ragu. The Northern Explorers really trying to get something out of this game after a good strike, but Leon John clears it up. That's well taken by Anderson Gibson. Plays it back into Ragu. And that's a nice play. Gibson continues his run, and I think, Anthony Stokes seems to have been pulled back, but Joshton Thomas saw nothing too wrong with it and comes across this Campos to deal with that one as we have 8 minutes remaining of normal time. Here, will either team be able to get something out of this? Noriega trying to drive through, but he's blocked off. And battle in the midfield there. And he goes just the ball there, and it was Jafia Ellis playing that ball forward, but again, it comes to nothing. That's another foul in the midfield there. A little bit of pushing and shoving being done by both teams, probably both a bit frustrated. It has been a very frustrating game actually for the Port of Spain Capitals. They have created so many chances, but it's still 0-0. That's well read by Cecil Young. Here's Ragu. He drops it off for Anderson Gibson. He plays a... Wow, that's a nice ball. And he's rooted to the ground. There's and Dimitri Swift. I think he had a lot more time than he thought. Should have really taken a touch, but he rushed it. Cleon John was rooted and grounded on his goal line, and that was a big chance there for the Northern Explorers. Ball played forward by Cecil Young. It's Noriega. Will he chip it over? Oh! Maloney did well once again to close him down, make himself big, and put some pressure on Noriega. There's Brosco. Defoe. Slips it through, but once again, the Port of Spain Capitals sort it out. Rhythm section really trying to pump some energy into these two teams as we go into the final 5 minutes here. Well, if you are a neutral supporter, a goal would really give you value for your money. If you are a supporter of any of these teams though, a goal would sour your vibe, and Dimitri Swift again with a golden opportunity there, but just couldn't get it in. And it is a free kick here for the Explorers. They are ending off the half strong. It's Anderson Gibson to swing it in, and it's a decent looking ball, but well defended once again by the Capitals. Here is Figaro, but again, just wouldn't stick. And It is a throw-in, actually, for the Explorers. Oh, it's a free kick, rather, for the Explorers. I'm not sure. Justin Thomas, what happened there, but it is a free kick in the end. And it is going to be Anderson Gibson. That's a beautifully shaped ball. Could be a nice one, but it's cleared away once again by Primus. Samuel on top. Closed down quickly by Campos. Opportunity to counter-attack for the Capitals. Here is David. He has options wide. Oh, and that touch from Noriega. They're slowed it down, but they still have an opportunity here. Here is Nkosi David. Slips it through to Noriega Brito, who's in on goal. Can he put the icing on the cake here? No way. He puts it way over. Oh, actually, there's a deflection. So it was good defending in the end from the Explorers. And it's a corner for the Capitals again, as we see it here. Noriega Brito. Oh, and it probably came off Roscoe. Probably was doing the defensive work there. So it's good defense in the end. Ball high in the air. Campos can't control. Emerges in here, do the Northern Explorers, and it's a ball played through. Here's Ragu. It's a decent touch. He's up against Anthony Stokes, who again gets an important touch. And Cleon John, routine from him. Samuel battling in the midfield. Here is Anderson Gibson into Fitzallen. Samuel on the ball once again. Can the Explorers get something out of this? It's played out wide to the substitute, Dimitri Swift. Applewhite, oh, and again, the final third just hasn't been working for them. Launched upfield, straight onto the chest of Samuel. Here is Gibson. Oh, and it's a nice ball from Figaro, and Ragu is offside. And more and more, it looks as if this one is going to end in a stalemate. I think both teams have had their opportunities and just haven't been able to put anything away. Was offside there, was Stephon Ragu. Here is Cecil Young. Actually, the free kick has been held back. It's a substitution here for the Explorers. That was Ragu's last bit of action as the number 17 for the Explorers, Jean-Marc Thomas, comes on for the final few minutes of this one. Here is Campos. Brosco. Decent ball over the top. Cecil Young. It's a substitute. Thomas battling, but can't get anywhere near it. Here is Ellis. Stokes. Campos. Stokes. David again. Nice ball out wide, but Noriega Brito is offside. Really shouldn't be offside there. He's looking right across the line there. Is Noriega Brito. Fitzallen launches it upfield. That's a nice ball over into Swift. Can he put him under enough pressure to win the ball here? I think it's a foul there on Andre Joseph. Brosco. And I think Justin Thomas has signaled, and that's the final whistle, and it has ended in a stalemate here between the Port of Spain Capitals and the Northern Explorers. I honestly think that the Capitals will be hugely disappointed given the amount of chances that they have had. Northern Explorers hanging on, and they eventually do put a point on the board. Kurt Maloney played a huge part in that, and I think he would be my shout for the man of the match. Most definitely making some brilliant saves. There There were some shining stars on the pitch for the Port of Spain Capitals. Michael Lewis was brilliant. Alongside Nkosi David in the midfield, Noriega Brito came on and showed some flair as well. And the defense of the Port of Spain Capitals as well was brilliant. Primus and Anthony Stokes on the side of the Northern Explorers, apart from their goalkeeper, I think Odell Fitzallen, as well as Figaro and Samuel in the midfield, were some noteworthy mentions who did have a good game. Nevertheless, regardless of the performance of the players, the result doesn't change. 0-0 points shared between the two teams. It does, however, mean that the Northern Explorers are out of the GA Super Cup. They can no longer qualify for the quarterfinals, meaning that the Maloney Mavericks and the Northern Explorers will be the two teams to advance from Group C. Of course, the Maloney Mavericks still have to play the Capitals, but they cannot catch them, and the Maloney Mavericks have secured a first place finish in this Group C. And it has been a pleasure being with you for this second game of the doubleheader in the GA Super Cup on our Sunday night special. Of course, the first game between the Southern Oilers and the Northeastern Cobras ending in a 2-1 victory for the Southern Oilers. Renwin Medina, my colleague in commentary, was with you on that one. My name is Liu Chen. It has been a pleasure. Do have a blessed night. Goodbye.